Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 12th and final episode of Anima Yell. Last episode, what did we have? We had Ueck getting squished between Kohane's thighs, otherwise known as the best day of her life. We got to meet the Nekoya sisters, who were quite amusing, and I just enjoyed them, especially how they called out Hanawa on her Yuri tendencies, and were just overall fun characters. And yeah, just getting ready for the tournament, basically, that I believe the Nekoya sisters said they would be in, so that's cool. So let's just get into it and see how all that goes, how this amazing series comes to an end. 3, 2, 1, play. Darkness, okay. It'd probably help not to yell. I'm sure you can have plenty of things in your head to do. Gotta love REM sleep. Trying to bore her to sleep. That was brilliant, Ueck. You truly know her best. Apparently she wasn't that nervous. Just picks her up. "29, Kohane, what did you even do to that test?" Push. I'm going to miss this opening, you have no idea. All for one. Indeed. One for all for one. Well, she could with a little help from Ueck. Is that a good thing? Trying to put her back to sleep? Yeah, I didn't think she was. Oh, Kohane. I'm sure that was a great bridge. Shining cheerleading. So many cheerleaders, is this paradise? Have we gone to heaven? I am on the same page as you, Kohane. Oh, that was great. just lashed onto her there. Yes, releasing and warming up. CD, what decade do you think this is? Little bunny drawn on it. Of course. And the last time I saw a cheerleading tournament was probably in that one old movie, Bring It On. It's been a while. So this should be interesting. I know, right? There's just chairs everywhere, and people are sitting in them all. Well, most of them. I'm sure you did. Yeah, we gotta watch this, guys. She got some air there. Unidentified flying object, probably referring to her panties. I'm sure you'll be fine. Yeah, very captivating. Red. Sure. Well, they're all cheerleaders, so, you know. uh, Hana's very excited even when she's only partially on screen. I love you, Kohane. Yeah, seriously. Man, a cheerleading changing room. I think we found the real paradise now. Why not? Okay. Why? That's pretty interesting. Well, not usually, no. But this is Suzume we're talking about. Looking very nice. As always, I'm a big fan of the blue, so. I just try your best. What's there to say, really? You know, guy, wake up. Wake up. I guess we'll have to. Oh, Nagoya. I thought they were afraid of real cats for a second. You'll be fine, Kotetsu. That middle girl especially just looks so unpleasant in that shot. Oh no, not in stereo. Pretty good. Did it ever exist, really? Anything to say? They said something about that, but I guess we'll see. Well, she has a pretty good team now, you know, one that doesn't bully her out. You can do it. Just, you know, probably not, but that'd be funny. Yep. Because unlike you, I'm good at cheering. Yes. They're great, aren't they? I mean, she doesn't seem too bad in this scene, but... a lot of awkwardness there. Well, that changed. Like they all have slightly different standing positions, like no one's like flat out posing, but I bet they'd be a great base. How could you not notice when you're surrounded by cheerleaders? But yes, you have a new team now, a very special team, and I do mean very special team. So many smiles, like it's too much. This is not the melodrama I was expecting. It's not like that badminton anime at all. Nice. Oh, I will. I would not miss that. Okay, that went pretty well. Just cheerleaders everywhere, man. Uh, a lot of wind for being indoors. Yeah, she actually seems kind of serious. How? Well, that could have gotten better. Just focus. I'll be watching you too. Wow, you guys really want your screen time, don't you? Yes, they're kitty cats, so... Aside from that, Kohana had a nice fall. Well, I guess you'll understand during the real thing, you know? The way to crush poor Kohane over there. Who? Oh. What is this nonsense? Kohane always smiles. Shots fired, but... Oh. That's... That's, yeah, the most awkward smile I've ever seen from her. Wow. Come on. I mean, if we... Wow, that is kind of cool, actually. Just a little bit. Are you gonna be okay? Uki, give her a hug or something. Okay. Don't be mean to her. Not wrong, but definitely is a bit airheaded. Uh... Yes, that was quite obvious what was on her head, you know. I wonder what you can spend those on. Might want to cash those points in at some point. And we die. I think it'll be fine. I mean, yeah, you were quite clearly nervous. Even Senpai, even though you're like a god or something. I'm sure she'd like to see some stuff for herself. I love Hanawa's encouragement. Apparently she just accepted being called Hanawa now, so... But yeah, just do the way you usually do, you'll be fine, honestly. Fight, cheer! Yeah, she looked like she was gonna fall for a second there. Tomo Sato. That is very close to being tomato. Yuki staring at Kohana the whole time. No surprises there. Let's do this, guys. We got this. We'll show them what cheers are all about. Come on, Kohana. You don't want to disappoint your teammates, so... Okay. This better be good. I like it so far. I'm a sucker for the hit moments, so... Come on, don't stress too much. Get on that double base thigh stand and, don't fall. Somebody support her. You stopped falling, so it's good. Just gotta grab those thighs. Yes. We can support you. Yeah, I'm grabbing you too. Oh. It's a great audience. I know keep grabbing her from behind, you know. That is a happy sight indeed. Now let's continue. It's a big delay though. Inukai's awake, yay. That's all I need to do, Kohane. Nice twirl. Literally and figuratively. Yes. And then we jump for a group hug. Oh, wow. Nice, Ano. And Uki's in her happy place, so... And that's what a real smile looks like, Kohane. Good job. Wow. Well, yeah, you did get kind of messed up pretty hard there early on, so... That's what matters, we had fun. Oh! Oh god. It's kind of a backhanded compliment. Sheer power. It's quite the thing. Okay. The impregnable base. I do love how free-spirited those two are. Oh. There's the sincerity in that voice. It kind of got me a bit. Yeah, it's not bad. Only one person waving. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about that. But yeah, at some point Hizuma did build herself a bit of a harem herself. Well yeah, because you like sleeping. Tetsu making sure to get some hug action on over there. Yeah, little brother. I never thought he'd show up at a cheerleading tournament. Oh, you noticed? Well, I'm sure everyone did. That'd be funny, but... Oh, so he did arrive. Okay. That should be something. Yeah, it makes sense he wouldn't want to miss this. Are we gonna see him, or... not? Kind of surprising that, you know, cheerleaders would eat a lot. No problem. Love you too, Hanawa. He's a man. Yes, and you discovered that you loved it too. She really did. You pretty much only joined because of your love for Kohane. Oh? Our favorite team. Of course. That got, Kohane's hair erect. Of course he does. In other words, we're heavily teasing for a season 2 here. And I hope we get a season 2. Come on, Inukai, don't be that way. Oh, I'll show you hard on your body if you don't stop whining. Oh, okay. Yes. I feel so reassured when Yuki says that. I'm sure Kohane would like to try to impregnate her, though. Wow, even a lacrosse team. Wow, some more good stuff for the manga club. I thought they were teasing for a second season, but it looks like we saw a bunch of that stuff that they were talking about during the bit of a credit scene there. So maybe not. Don't get distracted, Kohane. Akane, the little brother, he really does look a lot like a mini Takumi from Food Wars. Really do love their new uniforms. Yes, I will make sure to do those things. Oh, it's a really good end card, too. You're welcome. You are most certainly welcome. Okay, that was the 12th episode of Anima Yell. And I thought that was a pretty good final episode for the most part. Of course, I always would have preferred them to do a bit better in the tournament, but, you know, it's their first time. They barely got their team fully together, and they had some issues, you know, with Kohane and stuff. There's some pretty stiff competition, so, you know, I get it. It's a bit more realistic than what some shows might do. So, you know, I'm fine with that. The performance they did itself really, it wasn't bad, you know. Maybe we didn't quite meet the expectations and hopes that I had, but I thought it was pretty good, you know. Definitely had some highlight moments, like, for instance, Hanawa doing her flips and stuff. That was pretty good. And the little scene in the beginning, which obviously was a result of a mistake on Kohana's part, but getting to see everyone support each other like that and encourage was pretty good. I thoroughly enjoyed that. But that wasn't the only big thing of this episode. We also got to talk to some of Hizume's old teammates, you know. Yeah, obviously didn't leave off on the best of terms, but we did meet the Nakuya sisters last episode. We got to hear some of what has happened since then and some of the feelings they have. And, you know, they seem to have a little bit of regret for what they did. So, you know, I didn't think that scene would be too bad, you know. I thought maybe it'd be a bit more negative than it was, but no, it went pretty smoothly. You know, they talked to Hizume fairly naturally there about what's up, and, you know, seemed to be pretty much water under the bridge there, you know, just kind of everyone doing their best now that they're kind of went their own separate ways, and no real hard feelings, it seems like, which is good. It's good. And I just enjoy seeing the Nakuya sisters some more, just what they do, you know. And I love her one teammate, Captain, I think she was a captain, comment about them, like, yeah, and then there's also the Nakuya sisters, and they're just, you know, they're what they are. I like the little comment she made there, as they're in the kind of in the background doing their little pose. It's great. They kind of overdid that little pose a little bit in the episode, you know, but I still like the pose, though. And just enjoy their presence in general, like I said. But yeah, a lot of the episode really was just kind of, you know, getting ready for it. You know, you had the warming up, the trying to fall asleep from the nervousness, and Cnouki boring Kohana to sleep in order to get some sleep, and Kohana feeling a bit of a, you know, like a comrade vibe with Kotetsu for their team nervousness. I'm not sure. I wasn't trying to phrase that. You know, but yeah, it was pretty funny when Kohana was starting to feel the pressure, you know, and just was struggling to even smile, and then she tried to force it during the photo shoot. That led to some great Kohana faces, just like that one where she has like the standing sideways with her shoulder facing the camera, and her just, I don't know, that eyes closed smile thing she had was really great. I don't know, something about that was good. Kohana, as they said in the episode, she's just so well known for having her everlasting, you know, contagious smile, and that was just kind of gone for that segment. So seeing her force was definitely funny. It really was. But, you know, we eventually got through that, you know. We talked to her about things and told her that this is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to just be having a good time. Don't worry too much about proving a point to anyone, you know, and that just kind of eventually got through to her. But like I said, we did still have a bit of a hiccup towards the performance, but nobody actually fell to the ground, so that's good. And I think some people enjoyed their performance. The audience were very supportive, you know, there was no booing or anything. They were just smiling and cheering and hoping they did their best, you know, because they're all cheerleaders there. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them, and they're all just kind of hoping that they do, you know, everything works out. So it was a pretty good atmosphere. I enjoyed it. Let's see. Anything else with this episode? Oh yeah, Kohana early on, you know, cheering the other people when she was just kind of an audience member and kind of blow out all of her stamina. That was pretty funny too. It was a very Kohana thing to do, so I quite enjoyed that. And yeah, they already commented on that, but yeah, when we had the old team talking to Hizume, and you had all the unimportant girls behind, you know, the captain, who I assume was the captain. You know, I did like how they all were like, they weren't all just like standing single file line in a very boring way. They all had like a slightly different posing type of position, but not like a full on pose. I just like that, how they all had a bit of a different thing, and they also went from like kind of a nervous, not sure where to look, you know, sort of thing, to like 2 seconds later they were all like much more smiling and stuff. That was also interesting. A little bit abrupt, but still, I don't know, I kind of like that too. And also like all the Kotetsu hugging scenes we got. Oh, speaking of, yeah, that one scene when Kohana was talking about hugging everyone and then Uki just latched onto her. I like that a lot more than I probably should have, but that was great too. I quite enjoyed that. But, yeah, it did remind me a little bit of that one performance, just to have all the talk about nervousness and stuff, and all that stuff. It kind of reminded me of that. You know, when Kotetsu was kind of struggling with their one performance. Not sure what to call it, but hopefully you know the one I'm talking about. You know, the one that was more than just cheerleaders, but had different groups going on stage. I can't believe Inukai was sleeping through part of it. Just, how could you sleep in that environment, dude? That's just, no, don't do that. But yeah, ended off on a very nice little jumping shot, and then after that, you had a really good end card. So, yeah, as far as endings go, I was pretty happy with this. I'm definitely hope for a season 2. There's obviously room for a season 2, considering there'll be more tournaments, like they said, and hopefully they can get further in the next one. So definitely there's reason to have a season 2, assuming there's enough source material to adapt for one. So I do kind of hope that's the case. But what are my thoughts on the show as a whole? When I first came into this, when I first heard of this anime, I read it like, let's see, we got an anime, cute girls doing cute things anime, where the girls are cheerleaders, and this is by the amazing studio Doga Kobo. Where do I sign up? Like, that was just, I could not tell you how excited I was for this show when I first started to watch it. Like, my hype was pretty much through the roof, I would say. Because I've wanted a cheerleading anime for quite a long time, similar to how I wanted a volleyball anime for a long time, and then Haruka no Receive came into my life. This also came into my life. Now, did the show meet my unrealistic, super duper high expectations? No, it did not. However, it was a very good anime that I enjoyed with very likable characters. We had Kohane, which is kind of the Genki girl, the happy-go-lucky, airheaded type girl, that kind of brings everyone together. That's kind of what her role was, and she always did it pretty well. She had the quirk of being afraid of heights, which is something you kind of have to deal with, kind of conquer if you want to be a cheerleader, especially when you're the one on top, Kind of an important thing to do, so we have her, like, jump out of trees and standing on stuff and stuff like that. And she's the reason why we got the running chair joke, which, that was always pretty funny. She just kept mispronouncing cheer as chair. Which is understandable. There's, in Japanese, it's chia, like there's not that much of a difference between the two words, so it's more understandable than, an English speaker would as far as that mistake goes, but it was pretty funny, especially when how Hizume took it so seriously. I'm pretty sure I've never been a chair. Let me think. Yeah, I don't think I've been a chair, Kohane. I'm sorry to disappoint you. That was also one of the funnier Hizume moments, but yeah, Kohana has always been fun to watch, and obviously she has some pretty good scenes with Uki, which I'll get into her character in a little bit too. But Kohana, always cheerful, always, encouraging people, definitely not afraid to do her best to make the club a success, and she did. Eventually went from being just a regular, circle or whatever it's called before it's become an official club to being an official club with enough members and stuff, and it was great. Now, why did she want to be a cheerleader? Well, because she saw Hizume cheerleading and it looked like fun, so she decided to become a cheerleader. Which is kind of funny because you have Hizume who inspired her to be a cheerleader, not too long before Hizume just quits being a cheerleader herself, and then becomes a cheerleader again because of Kohana, who she inspired. So it was always pretty interesting how that all came together. And of course, Uki joins the squad because she's friends with Kohane and can't leave her alone and is also in love with her. She wasn't exactly subtle about that. No, not in the slightest, but yeah, Kohane was good. Hizume, Hizume's, I don't want to say she was my least favorite character of the main girls, but she kind of was, but not because she was a bad character, because I loved everyone else quite a bit. Hizume was just kind of the serious one, the experienced one, and very airheaded in her own kind of way, very dense, but not a lot to her character beyond that. She definitely had some nice moments here and there, but she never really stood out to me, really, aside from just being very skilled at cheering, which she was. That was definitely really cool. But, she never really did much for me beyond that. But then we have a character like Uki. Uki was probably, it's really hard to say who my favorite of the girls is. Kotetsu probably still my favorite, but man, Uki and Hanawa had some really good scenes too, so it's kind of hard to say for sure. But yeah, Uki, she was great, she's always been Kohana's friend and try to follow her around and help her because Kohana's always been kind of a... She gets hurt a lot, Kohana kind of this... I kind of forgot to mention this when I was talking about Kohana, but she always had her thing where she was very nice and always wanted to help people, that's what she prioritized. Like, I kind of forgot about that because the show kind of forgot about that a little bit. But that was a big thing with her character, and that's why Uki was so happy she finally decided to pursue something for her own, something that she can do. Something like cheering, which makes sense because it's something she can do that does help others, but she can have fun doing it as well. So it all matched pretty well. And Uki was never big on cheerleading, but since Kohana was doing it, that's how she ended up doing it. And like everybody else in the club, she ended up loving it eventually. which was great. And but my favorite thing about Ueck would definitely be the interaction she did have with Kohana, because, as I said, she does love her, and we had a lot of little moments because of that. We had the thigh squishing, thank you scene, which was just amazing. We had one of the funniest moments in the entire show when Ueck was doing something and she's just like, she made some comment about, yeah, I'm probably coming across as your wife or whatever. And then Kohana said, you're like the manager, that disconnect, and then a couple second delay, and it's like, yeah, manager, I'm totally your manager. Yeah, we're so on the same page, Kohana. Then Kohana says, didn't you say something else there? No, I said manager like you. That was probably easily top 5 favorite scenes of the entire show. That was great. And then, yeah, that repeat where she did kind of a similar thing with someone else. I think it was Hanawa, but it used so they used different words, but it was also similar and also kind of funny as well. And that was a good scene too. But yeah, Ueck had a lot of great moments. Just really good stuff. Really good stuff. I wish I could remember more of the specific ones, but yeah, she was great. She was definitely great. And for a while I thought she was the gayest character in the show, and then we had Hanawa show up, and she kind of proved me wrong on that one, because she had it pretty bad for Hizame, And Hanawa is a definitely interesting character, because throughout most of the show she was just kind of the stalker, like that was showcased in the opening and all that, and she didn't really come into the show in any real meaningful way until like episode 8, I want to say, In which case she's like, hey, my senpai's in this club. You guys aren't good enough for my senpai. I want to take her back. It was something like that. But eventually we convinced her to join, and it was great. We had our final member. But yeah, she definitely had a thing for Hizame. That was pretty obvious. We had an episode that was kind of dedicated to that for the most part. But the episode 10, I want to say it was, just the beach episode. That was some good stuff there. And Hizame just not getting her feelings at all was pretty funny. But yeah, just Hanawa was a pretty good character. I wasn't sure how I'd feel about her, after we saw episode upon episode, just seeing her doing a little stalking thing in the opening and occasionally a bit of her in the show. I didn't know if I'd like her or not, but in the end, yeah, I like her quite a bit. She's a little bit tsundere, definitely a little bit tsundere, but she's a good girl. She's nice, she's helpful, she's encouraging in a tsundere way. So definitely appreciated her presence quite a bit in the show. And similar to Hizame, she did bring a level of experience in the cheerleading squad that it could definitely use, so good stuff there, good stuff. But also, last character to talk about in the main girls would be Kotetsu. I really did not think this character would have a chance to be my favorite. She had the plainest looking design of everyone. She had brown hair, as opposed to more of the anime-ish hair colors, like pink and red and stuff like that. And, but she just, she was just so endearing, and she got so into the cheerleading and so happy about it, doing high V's in front of the mirror all night, little moments like her wearing the cheerleading uniform during the home ec segment and feeling so out of place, like, guys, can I please change? I feel so uncomfortable. And then she came back with a big smile on her face. And just throughout the show, there was always a little bit of moments where she was just kind of in the background with that nice smile on her face, and she just really just warmed my heart a lot. So the character just really just kind of just, warmed down in there. So yeah, she may not be anywhere near as flashy as some of the other characters like Kohana, but I think she was still a very good character nonetheless. Definitely could really get behind her. But yeah, I like that character a lot. Needless to say, the one scene of her running away to play the piano real quick and running back, and I don't know, just a lot of good stuff with that character, even if she didn't stand out as much as maybe some of the other ones did. But we did have some recurring side characters, though. Like Basketball Senpai was a big one, which I did like all that stuff. I like how word kind of spread throughout the school and everything about how great the cheerleading squad is, and they got some not so typical cheerleading requests, like the home ec, cooking room, which was pretty good. The girls helping out with that. But because the home ec scene was also one where where you had, I think it was Kohana that started it doing the high V, and then it showed pan over to Kotetsu, and she was doing the high V as well. Just yeah, a lot of fun moments like that. But also the manga stuff was good too, because that one they actually did some specific poses for them to draw, which meant that we had some very nice poses, some good stuff there, and we even had a little bit more of that in the end credits playing. I feel like there's a little bit more you could do with that, like, for example, if they were doing some Yuri manga, we could have some, kissing practice and stuff, which, if we had something like that, that would have been a 10 out of 10 episode and be easily, but No, we didn't quite go to that level, but we did get some decent stuff, you know, nonetheless. But yeah, man, that would have been great, wouldn't it? But let's see what else was there to really talk about with this show. I mean, the cheerleading performances themselves, they were a little bit hit or miss. You know, I feel like there was more hits than misses personally, but you know, some of them were a little bit on the disappointing side. But we definitely did have some good stuff. Like there was some solid dance choreography and stuff here. Like I can never get enough of the hip, you know, the hip movements, the circling with the pom poms. You know, some pretty good stuff there, here and there. But see, and you know, like an interesting subplot was the whole thing with Uki and her little brother who wasn't a big fan of cheerleaders. That was a funny thing because, you know, Uki says cheerleaders like, hey, you know, we're gonna be cheering for your cheerleading squad, and that same day he's like, I hate freaking cheerleaders, why don't they just go away? Bunch of just bimbos that just like to flash their panties at people. I got no time for that. I want to play my game. You know, that was kind of funny too. It was weird having so much screen time for a male character in the show, but it was funny, so I kind of accept that. And you know, in the end, he accepted cheerleaders himself and actually showed up at their performance, their big tournament, you know, in the final episode. So, you know, that was cool. That was definitely cool. But yeah, you know, there's also Inokai, which I don't have much to say. She's actually kind of typical for a an advisor in an anime. You know, somebody that was kind of blackmailed or borderline blackmailed into the club and barely cares, and you know, it's just that kind of character that I'm sure you've seen before. So nothing too much there. I mean, I liked the character. You know, she was nice enough, but yeah, nothing too special with her really. But I kind of want to see her cheerlead at least once, but nah, she wouldn't have that. She did not like the idea of wearing the uniform and stuff, so that would never happen, but that'd be pretty great if she could get drunk and just get convinced to do that. That would have been cool too, but no, it wasn't meant to be, unfortunately. But yeah, even if the show didn't quite meet my unrealistic expectations, I very much enjoyed it a lot. I never really had an episode where I came away from it, you know, unsatisfied. It was a pretty good show. Definitely a pretty good show. I'm gonna miss it. All I can do is kind of just hope for a season 2. That'd be nice. That would certainly be nice, wouldn't it? I think so. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.